Okay, so this is the 2020 Crossfadr year in review. It's been a very interesting year. We're obviously dealing with a pandemic here. You know, this Crossfadr channel on YouTube, I basically reserved this name in 2011. That was when Crossfadr, the actual website, started. And so in 2019, that's when I really started posting videos. The first videos were videos of VST plugins for digital audio workstations. They were screen captures. And then the first video I did myself was also a screen capture. It was the review of Tidal and Serato. And again, that was a screen capture, and it was pretty interesting. You can just tell that I was still really unsure, even in my voice, that I was pretty unsure. I decided to go ahead after my first video, which was a screen capture, to record a video of myself in front of the camera where you can actually see me. And it was a very weird video. You can tell that there was some apprehension there. I wasn't really sure about myself in front of a camera. But you can also see in the video that I became, more confident in the video, right? That specific video. And so then I started producing and recording a lot more videos with me in front of the camera. My lighting got better. And I also decided to create these different sort of sets in my studio here. Now my studio is here in my home. It's in my basement. It's about, 800 or 1,000 square feet. I have a couple sets. I have this set here. I also have a set where I'm in front of vinyl. I also have a set where I do a lot of my interviews because I do have a podcast as well. That's something else I started in 2020, which is a podcast. You can check that out on Apple or Spotify. It's called Behind the Groove. And it's basically me interviewing people and also just giving my opinion about anything that's going on in the DJ producer, the podcasting space. So I'm definitely going to tick up those interviews a lot more in 2021. So like I was saying, I do record here in my home in my basement, which is a pretty large basement. It's about 800 to 1,000 square feet. It is a finished basement. And I've created these different sort of like sets. Again, here, the vinyl set, where I'm recording in front of vinyl, and then the interview set where I'm recording in front of a brick wall. And that brick wall is like in the back room, which is where my recording studio is. All of this stuff here, doing a podcast, recording videos, that takes a lot of time. You need patience to do that. I mean, if I record a video and I interview someone for an hour, 2 hours, then, I have to edit that video. And, if you're talking about a 1 hour video, that's going to take like 4 or 5 hours to edit down. And then I have to post it as a podcast, audio podcast as well. So for those who are thinking about starting a YouTube channel or a podcast, it takes a lot of work. So you have to be really dedicated to do that. Right before the pandemic hit, I was looking for a warehouse space to sort of do what I do now. And I saw something really nice. It was really cool. It was a nice space. It's about 800 to 1,000 square feet, like my basement. It was, maybe 10, 15 minutes from my home. So that would have been really cool too. And I was like, okay, great. I want to get this space, but I need to think about it. So I said, okay, can you hold this for at least 2 weeks? Let me think about it. I didn't put any deposit down. I was just like, let me just think about it. Give me a couple weeks. And then a week later, the pandemic hit. How lucky am I to not have, signed a 1-year lease, and then a week later, the pandemic would have hit, and then, I'd have been just basically sitting on a space that I really couldn't use because I was really thinking about a space to bring people in to interview and just do a bit more, hands-on creative stuff. I will have to give it up to my boy Julius St. James because he kept telling me like, dude, why do you want to rent warehouse space? You have like a really cool space right here. And so I just kept thinking about that, and I just decided that, let me just go ahead and do it. And now that I've been doing everything here at my home in my sort of studio, which is my basement, I really like the fact that I have this space here. I have enough space to create different sets. I gotta give props to my boy, Julius St. James, for doing that. Let me talk about products that I really liked in 2020. I really like this microphone that I'm speaking into right now, which is the PreSonus PD70. This is a really excellent microphone. It's an excellent microphone to be released at this particular time. I think it's going to compete well in terms of the podcasting space. Previously I was using the Rode Pod mic, and I'll speak about that just shortly. Been using this microphone a lot more. The other product I really like is the PreSonus IO Station 24C. That is an awesome piece. That's another piece that I'm just going to continue to use on a daily basis because it just works. The workflow of it, just the functionality of it, it really works. And probably the product of the year, and I really do think that this is the product of the year, is the Rode Rodecaster Pro. It is a podcasting device. It's an audio interface as well. I mean, you see everyone has this now. A lot of different people in the YouTube space and the podcasting space, they are really embracing this product. This is a great product. This is probably the product of the year. I mean, come on, it has to be the product of the year if you really think about it. But now you have the Rode Pod mic, which works splendidly with its own device, the Rode Rodecaster Pro, I should say. Everything just works well. But yeah, that's probably the product of the year. 2020 was excellent. 2021 is going to be fun. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to seeing what happens, on the other side of this pandemic, sometime in 2021. I'm not quite sure when. So this is my last video of 2020. I hope everyone have a really safe and happy new year. Wear that mask, and until next year, peace.